Graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. And out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Hi everyone, hopefully you're all doing well. For those of you who haven't heard, I'm hosting my very first charity stream on September 18th and September 19th to support the Familial Dysautonomia Foundation in honor of my brother Mitchell, who passed away from this disorder 5 years ago. So how the schedule is going to work is like this. On the very first day, we're going to be streaming for 15 hours. During the first 3 hours, I'll be talking about familial dysautonomia, sharing stories about my brother and what he dealt with on a day-to-day basis, and just raise as much awareness as we possibly can. Then during the next 12 hours, we got Mlb Diamondzone, and we will be on doing our regular Diamondzone stream. For those of you that don't know, Mlb Diamondzone is something that I came up with, and basically it's like NFL RedZone, but it's for baseball. On the very next day, we'll do Diamondzone again. That'll be from 6 o'clock up until 9:30, and then we got the Phillies game. They play at 9:40. They're taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. So in short, we're going to be on for 22 hours. No ads will be played during those 22 hours. I am aiming to raise $500 during those hours of streaming. Again, no pressure to donate, but if you can, every little bit does help. If you could just spread the word, share the post that I posted on my community tab, I would really appreciate that. I'm just looking forward to making a difference together with you guys and doing this in honor of my brother Mitchell. I think he'd be really proud, and I'm really excited about this. Let's do some good.
What's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic night. We got 3 games currently going on right now. The Tampa Bay Rays, they did just lose. They just lost 6-5 was the final score. That is not a good loss for them, as we're still trying to hunt for that 3rd wild card spot, and that loss does not help at all whatsoever. We got 3 games on, though. One is still in the later stages, and that is this Padres-Reds game, and that's where we're going to go to first. The other games are in the early stages. Rockies and Dodgers are only in the top of the 2nd. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch to Mlb Marte is fouled off. This is Hart pitching for the San Diego Padres. Fernando Tatis Jr. hit a solo homer back in the bottom of the 5th. That's the only run that's been scored by San Diego. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes here. We got an 11-1 final score out in Queens. That was wild. Also, Laureano made an incredible game-saving catch out in left field to take away a home run earlier in the ball game as well. 2-2 pitch, ground ball rolled over to shortstop, and the throw over to first is just in time. And the Reds might consider challenging this. That was a good stretch by Arise. He kept his foot on the bag. Will the Reds challenge is the question. And they say no, they will not. So Marte is out. So there's just 3 games on. What's up, Daniel? We'll be going back and forth between the rest of the night of baseball. Cardinals and Mariners, they are in the bottom of the third, tied up 1-1. And then Rockies and Dodgers are going to the bottom of the second. So those games are still in the early stages. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. And a pitching change coming up as Adrian Morejon is going to be the new pitcher for the San Diego Padres. So we got a pause in the action here. We're going to go to the Seattle game right now. With that being said, it's 1-1. Cole Young is due up. He's facing McGreevy. Ivan Herrera hit a solo home run in the top of the first for the St. Louis Cardinals to make it 1-0. And then Dominic Canzone had a sac fly out over to left field. And that's all the offense in that game so far. Again, McGreevy is pitching. There's 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Randy Arozarena is due on up. They're going to him right now. The pitch on the way. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Also, Tommy Edman is up for the Dodgers. So we'll have that game covered too. But we're going to go back to this Padres-Reds game. 2 outs, top of the 8th. The tying run is over at second. And Elly De La Cruz is due on up as the Reds tried to tie up the knots. Folks, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Arozarena for the Mariners did just ground out over to first. 3-1 on the putout. 2 away, top of the 8th. All eyes on Elly De La Cruz. If anything else happens in the other games, we'll let you know. Elly batting on the right side. A runner on over at second. And the first pitch that he takes is inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Elly is 2 for 5 in his career against Adrian Morejon. We are also going to go to Cal Rowley's at bat because he needs 1 more homer to tie Mickey Mantle for the most homers by a switch hitter in a season. There's the 1-1 to Elly. That is taken on the inside corner for strike 2. There's Scott. What's going on, Scott? 1 ball, 2 strikes in the top of the 8th inning. And also 1 ball, 1 strike to Cal Rowley. Again, 1 more homer for him to tie Mickey Mantle for the most homers hit by a switch hitter in a regular season. 1-1, and that's up high for a ball. Pitch to Elly, line drive, base it out to right field. Fradel's rounding third, being waved home, and we are tied out in San Diego. 2 balls, 1 strike to Cal Rowley, and the next pitch on the way, he fouls that one off. So Cincinnati able to tie it up in the top of the 8th inning. Was ruled safe, just got his hand in there. Nice. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch to Cal. Ground ball hit through the hole for a base hit. And so Cal Rowley doesn't get a homer, but he does get on with a 2-out single. What's up, Michael? How are you, my friend? Thanks so much for stopping on by. So just wanted to go there. By the way, the Dodgers are also on. So they have runners on at first and second. And they are threatening the score right now. We're going to go double diamond between this Dodgers game and the Reds game. So we got 2 updates that we will make sure that we keep you intact on. The pitch on the way. There's a ball, and Elly is going to take second base. The throw is not in time. He is in scoring position, and so it's 2 balls, no strikes to Austin Hayes. Wow. Just got his left hand in there. And Julio Rodriguez for the Mariners did just get on with a single, so the Mariners are also threatening to score. We're going to add in a triple diamond. All 3 games that are in action right now have updates. They will walk Austin Hayes in the Reds game. Pages is up for the Dodgers, and he takes down for ball 1. So 2 runners on over at first and second in both the Mariners and the Dodgers game. What's up, Andrew? 2-1 pitch to Pages. There's a high fly ball hit out to left field, and that's going to hit off the top of the wall. And so Edman will score. Rojas is going to be held up over at third base, and there's an RBI double, and the Dodgers are on the board. 1-0 LA as the Dodgers are able to go out in front against the Colorado Rockies. All right, let's go back to this Reds game. So the Reds have runners on at first and second. And up to bat now will be Miguel Andujar. So he's coming up to the plate. Also, Josh Naylor still up at the plate for the Seattle Mariners. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to him as they try to go out in front. Seattle. Reds back in action. And the pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards shallow left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Laureano bobbles the ball. De La Cruz will score. The Cincinnati Reds take the lead. There's a fly ball hit out over towards right field. That's going to be caught by Freeman. The throw to the plate, not in time. Rojas scores, and it's 2-0 Dodgers. So a double highlight on a double diamond. Dodgers take a 2-0 lead, and so the Reds take a 2-1 lead. Bat to Josh Naylor's at bat. It's still 1-2 to him with 2 outs. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 1-2 pitch, and there's a fly ball hit out over towards deep center field. It'll stay in the ballpark, and the catch is made for out number 3. The Mariners can't score. The Dodgers do score 2, and the Reds score 2, and the Mariners are going to a break. And with that, we're going to go back to our double diamond. Up next is Sal Stewart for the Cincinnati Reds. It's no balls, 1 strike. And the pitch is taken for a ball. By the way, Ben Rortvedt did just ground out over to the right side. And so the throw over to first was in time by the second baseman. And Shohei Ohtani's coming up to the plate. The 1-1 to Stewart. Ground ball hit over to shortstop, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 3. The Reds do take the lead. They're up 2-1 as Ellie De La Cruz got on with an RBI base hit. And they also got an extra run as well on an RBI single by Miguel Andujar and a pinch hit opportunity. And so we go back to the Dodgers game. Ohtani grounds 1 through the hole. That's a base hit, and so it's now 3-0 LA. The Dodgers able to go out and pour their frustrations on the Rockies in this 3rd inning. Bottom of the 2nd, excuse me. Nice. That's awesome. Here comes Mookie Betts, batting .256 on the season, 17 home runs for him, and 56 RBI. So Pages gets an RBI double. You also had an RBI sacrifice fly, and then an RBI single from Shohei Ohtani. The sac fly was from Kike Hernandez. 3-0 Dodgers. And here's the next pitch to Betts. It's 1 strike. I agree, Presley. I agree, man. Dude, so wait, are you at Fenway Park tonight? Did you... or wait, no, sorry. They play tomorrow. They play tomorrow, right? They play tomorrow at Fenway Park because they're out in Sacramento. Pitch to Betts. There's a fly ball. Hit out over towards the warning track. That's going to get down for a base hit. Ohtani being waved home. The relay to the plate. Not in time. It's now 4-0 LA as Betts wants to join in on the action too. Wow. Next Thursday. Got you. Not this Thursday. Good to know. So that does not help out the Phillies, but it's 4-0 Dodgers. And they just continue to pour out some runs. We're going to go back to the bottom of the 8th inning out in San Diego because it's 2-1. It's against the A's. Oh, so they play the A's again at Fenway? Wow. They just played the A's this series out in Sacramento. 1 strike. Teoscar's going to fly one out over to right field, and the inning is over for the Dodgers, and they're going to take a break. So with that, we're going to go back to the San Diego Padres game. They're looking for redemption. 1 strikes to Fernando Tatis Jr. If the Padres lose and if the Dodgers win, then the Dodgers increase their lead in the NL West to 3 games. 1-2 to Tatis. Struck him out. And so there is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Shantae is here. I like watching the A's. They're a fun team to watch. I agree. With Nick Kurtz, with Brent Rooker, and Tyler Soderstrom, even Jacob Wilson, and Clark, and Butler, they're good. They got a good crew. They really do. Here's Luis Arraez. He's up at the plate for the Padres. Felt good to beat the Mets tonight. You know, there's talk about the retaliation and all that sort of stuff. I'm just happy that they got the win. I can understand people's frustrations though about trying to make a statement, but I'm just happy with the win. 1-1 to Arraez. There's a fly ball hit out over towards shallow left field. Who's going to get there? The left fielder Hayes does, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Michael says Dodgers a force, but I hope that they go down. They are a fun squad. I 1,000% agree. They have a bright future ahead of them. 2 away in the bottom of the 8th inning is 2-1. Too bad that they're going to trade everyone in 3 years. Yeah, that's just how it goes. Here comes Machado to the plate in the pitch. That is on the outside corner for a strike. So no balls, 1 strike to Manny Machado. And by the way, Pedro Pajes is due up at the plate for the St. Louis Cardinals. They got a runner on over at first base. Logan Gilbert is pitching. But again, that's still in the early stages. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the next pitch is up high, just barely for ball 2. The A's are probably like my favorite team to watch overall. If I were to pick one team that's like a nice, fun squad, it's definitely them. Machado pops one back right behind home plate, and that will go out of play. Rockies are back on 2. We'll keep you updated on that game as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Manny Machado. Nobody on. The 2-2 to Manny. Foul ball. Dude, they got a lot of potential. So wait, so what ballparks? So you went to Coors, right? You went to Coors Field. Where else did you go to this year? Because you said that this is your 6th ballpark that you're going to this year. But once again, they trade their players. Yeah, I know. And Billy Bean is still there. Billy Bean's still there, dude. 2-2 pitch. That is up high for ball 3. We do have a Diamond Zone yellow alert. That means that traffic is on the bases out in Seattle. Back-to-back singles. Pages did just get on. The pitch to Manny. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So the Padres are going to go to the top of the 9th inning, trailing 2-1 to the Cincinnati Reds. All right. And with that, we're going to go back to the St. Louis-Seattle ball game. Cardinals are still trying to fight for that 3rd and final wild card spot. Meanwhile, the Mariners are still in the hunt for that AL West division. No balls, 1 strike. This is Furman that's due up at the plate for the St. Louis Cardinals. So the count is 0-1. Who you guys rooting for in the Cardinals game? Cardinals or Mariners? If you were to pick one team, who you picking? 13 total after next week. Dude, that's wild. 13 total. You said this year you went to Nationals, you went to Course, Truist, Yankee Stadium, Comerica, Progressive Field, and number 7 will be Fenway. One pitch. There's a ground ball hit back over towards the mound. This will get the runners over the 2nd and 3rd. The throw over to 1st, that's in time. And there is out number 1. So the Cardinals, sort of like a sacrifice bunt. Jose Furman able to advance 2 runners into scoring position. Okay. Dude, that's wild. Andrew says I'm going to go with the Mariners. Chapoke says I'm going to go with the Cardinals. Okay, so then we got Padres and Reds in the later stages. Who are we pulling for in that game? I know Andrew's pulling for the Reds to pull that thing out. But let me know what you guys say down below. I think that this Dodgers game is just going to stick onto the TV. All right. Cardinals and Mariners. Church is up at the plate. And Church swings and misses at the 0-1. That's Nathan Church. You guys remember a guy named Ryan Church? I'm like wondering if that's his son. Been the Wrigley and the White Sox. That's oh my gosh. It's a 4-word ballpark. Oh my gosh. PNC, Citi Field, Camden Yards, and the Bank. You been to the Bank? No, I'm kidding. Yeah. I feel you on that. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 away to Church. The 0-2 pitch is down low and away for a ball. Can't pull for anyone with the Red/Padres, says Michael. Yeah, as a Mets fan, I guess you can't do anything. You know, it's like flip a coin. I didn't really think about that. Mariners and Reds, says Chris. What's up, Chris? Do we have a redirect on here? Do we have a redirect? Is there something I'm missing? We have a good crowd tonight. Thank you all so much for being on here. Next pitch on the way. Strike 3 called to Church. Wow. And there is out number 2. Cabrian Hayes just led off the top of the 9th inning for the Reds with a leadoff walk. And he is over at first. Sorry, a 1-out walk. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted. I'm distracted myself. For the Cardinals, Lars Nootbaar will pop this one up out over to right field, and that's going to be caught for out number 3. The Cardinals leave runners in scoring position and can't get anybody home. They're going to go to the bottom of the 4th, tied up 1-1. Ohtani's next start is being pushed back until after this weekend. Roberts said Ohtani will get extra rest because his previous outing was pushed back due to illness, then moved up in place of Tyler Glasnow in Baltimore. So they got Yamamoto, Kershaw, and Glasnow this weekend. Interesting. In the Rockies-Dodgers game, it is 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a runner on over at first in the top of the third with 2 away. Next season, I'll be going to the Twins to watch the Phillies play them in August. Dude, that's cool. When in August is that, if you don't mind me asking? Is that near my birthday? Because they played the Twins to end the season this year. I didn't really get a chance to look at next year's schedule. The pitch on the way. That is taken down for a ball. BW, what is going on, my friend? What is up? All right, so we're going to make a double diamond with these 2 games very quickly. So McLean's 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike. Hunter Goodman is up for the Rockies, and he just took down and in for ball 3. Blake Snell is pitching for the Dodgers, by the way. He's gone 2 2/3. He has 49 pitches. McLean's 1-1 is up high for ball 2. 3-2 to Goodman. Struck him out. Swing and a miss. And the Dodgers are going to go to the bottom of the third, leading it 4-0. Blake Snell has looked very sharp so far. Folks, if you have not done so already, please go subscribe to Orioles Bird Watcher. He's as good as anybody on here with the play-by-play. I really enjoy listening to him. You're really not going to get a lot of good radio play-by-play guys on here, and BW is most certainly one of those guys that just fits. He does. He's awesome. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is TJ Fradel as the Reds try to add on to their lead. They're in the hunt for their 3rd and final wild card spot, Cincinnati, trying to catch up to the Mets and to the Giants, who are also in the race. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and the payoff pitch. That ball is fouled and out of play. I envy your ballpark travels. I'm in Sydney. Dude, this guy's in Sydney, and he tunes on into the Phillies games on here every single day. That is just pure commitment. And BW is literally out in Thailand calling games for the Baltimore Orioles and getting up at just such weird times. It's unbelievable. You guys are insane. You're absolutely insane. A walk was issued to Matt McLean, and Mike Schilt is going to go out there and make a move here in the top of the 9th inning with 1 out, and Yuki Matsui will come on in to face TJ Fradel. With that, Eugenio Suarez is up at the plate for the Seattle Mariners. That Padres Reds game has really slowed up. Let's go, birdies. Probably will go to the Saturday game. So that's the 14th, the 15th, and the 16th in the Field of Dreams in Iowa. What? Oh, that's so sick. Dude, that is awesome. Baseball's breakfast for JJ. Let's go. I eat baseball for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They call us the baseball eater. That's our new nickname on here. Suarez just struck out looking, and so he is down on strikes. And there's 2 gone. The Dodgers are back on. Freddie Freeman is up. His count is 1-2. He's 0 for 1. Dude, this guy's batting .294. It's just unbelievable. JJ eats baseballs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's what we do, man. That's what Diamondzone's all about. But hey, we support the other content creators too. I always tell people, okay, if there's somebody else that's covering the game, if you want to go tune on into them and get full coverage, that's what you got to do. When it comes to Red Zone, sure, there might be games on the cable side, and you can you can go check those games out. But I like to advocate and advertise too for not just us, but for the other local creators as well, if anyone's covering the game. So, like, if there was a Seattle content creator, St. Louis content creator, there's a Seattle content creator. His name is NW Sports Fanatics. So you can actually go check him out. And I do encourage you guys to go do that if you are Seattle Mariners fans. 1 out, top of the 9th. And the pitch to TJ Fradel. Wrong game on. Whoops. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Now Harry Carey's spot on. Cheers. Cheers to you, my friend. Cheers to you. Also, congrats on that win against the Pirates. 2-1. A win's a win, man. It's just nice to see the Orioles win. Harry Carey, yep. 2 balls, no strikes to TJ Fradel. In the top of the 9th, there's 2 runners on, and there's 1 out. And the 2-0 is fouled away. Fradel did have an RBI base hit his last time up. Then have to get up at like 5:30 with a little sleep. Yeah, I know. I got to get up early too. Yep. That's right. I gotta beat my record tomorrow. Your dad's gonna be there. I gotta beat my record for 2 laps. We're gonna do it, and even no matter what happens, it's progress. But we're gonna smash that record. You know what I'm saying? 3 balls, 1 strike, and the 3-1 is down for ball 4. Your dad's a good man. Just wanted to let you know that. All right, so a walk issued to load the bases in the San Diego-Cincinnati ball game with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Oh, boy. So Fradel walked. Hayes is over at third. McLean's over at second. And the bases are juiced. Meanwhile, the Dodgers are going to the top of the 5th inning, I believe. I should know this by now. Top of the 4th. Sorry. Let's refresh this. Let's refresh that. That's better. No balls, 1 strike in the game of the Cincinnati Reds and San Diego Padres. There it is. 0-1 is the count. 1 away, top of the 9th. Matsui kicks, deals, and the pitch is high for a ball. Ron Marinaccio is warming up in the Padres pen. 1-1 is the count. Matsui kicks and fires, and the pitch is fouled back towards the screen. Oof. Felt a shoulder crack there. Shapoke is here. What's up, Shapoke? But yeah, waking up around 5:15 and leaving by 6:15 just to get to Boston. Hopefully 12:30 in the park. And maybe get home by around 11. Going to be a long day next Thursday, but I'm so excited. Dude, I'm excited for you. I'm so excited for you. That's the last drivable ballpark left from us. Yeah. I know. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. He got him looking. And Matsui gets his 2nd out of the inning. Nice. By the way, Ivan Herrera just put up a long battle in that Cardinals-Mariners game. But he struck out. There's 1 away there. Ooh, my stomach. My stomach is growling. Can't eat, though. All right, here is Elly De La Cruz. This is a big at-bat here for Cincinnati. First pitch, foul ball. Yeah, man, I'm so excited for you. I love Fenway. I was there when they played the Rays, and Kyle Farnsworth was with the Tampa Bay Rays. No balls, 1 strike to Elly De La Cruz. Here's the 0-1, and that misses down for a ball. There are 2 outs in the Seattle game in the top of the 5th with nobody on. And there's 1 out in the top of the 4th of the Dodgers game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Matsui kicks, delivers, swing and a miss. That was on a slider that just disappeared out of the zone. Padres trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. Reds trying to bust this thing wide open. Drama going on at Petco Park. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Hit over towards the mound. The throw to the plate in plenty of time to get the runner out by force. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 9th inning. It's a 2-1 Reds lead. And you would think that Pagan is going to go out there to pitch the bottom of the 9th. We'll see in just a few moments. But they'll be back. Don't you worry. There's an app called Spot Hero, and that's how they recommend people drive into the game to ensure that they get a spot. You put in the destination, and people will sell their parking spot at their homes. Dude, what? Spot Hero? Dude, that is such like a... That is clutch. Our spot is in a garage, and it was $30. It's like a 15-minute walk to the park. Dude, that is clutch. Spot Hero. I've never heard of that. That's like a really cool hack. I'm like always looking for life hacks at whatever it is. Easier ways to make things occur. But that is so cool. That is sick. Thanks for telling me about that. That's really good to know. And for those of you that do end up like going to games and stuff, like that's great info, dude. Makes me think of Spot Rack. Totally different site. I mean, that's for contracts and stuff, but that was the first thing I thought you said. Spot Hero. So it's the top of the 4th in the Rockies-Dodgers game. You know, I never say this to you, and I always feel bad, but, you know, tell Zoe, too, that I say hi. I hope that she's doing well. You know, I always think about y'all. Every time you come on here, man, it always puts a big smile on my face. You know, because you got a great family. You really do. So top of the 4th, 4-0 Dodgers. The garage at Fenway fills up quick, and it's like 60. Dude, it's ridiculous. So hopefully it all works out. I hope so too, man. I really do. That sounds like a fun time. Hopefully that the weather's nice. Where are you seated, if you don't mind me asking? Santillan is going to go out there to pitch the bottom of the 9th inning out in San Diego. We don't need to use anything like that around here. Yeah, I know. We're lucky. But like in New York, it's different. Nice. 1 ball, no strikes to Gavin Sheets. Bottom of the 9th. And here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 1. Santillanu's pitching for the Cincinnati Reds, by the way. 2.59 earned run average. One ball, 1 strike. And the pitch is outside for ball 2. 2-1 is the count to Gavin Sheets. Santillan kicks and fires, and the pitch is on the outside corner. Right field box 2, a couple rows from the field. Wow. That's great. Mariners are going to go to the bottom of the 5th. 2-2 pitch. There's a line drive base hit down the left field line, and that's going to go all the way towards the corner. Sheets is going to go on over to second base, and he gets on with a stand-up double. All right, the tying runs at second for San Diego, and Sheets will have a pinch runner. Looks like Jose Iglesias will be over at second. So we got some drama out in San Diego. All right. The Rockies, by the way, do have a runner on over at second base on a stolen base attempt. I don't know if that was Tavar or who it was. Definitely was not Bernabel. It was Tavar. Karras is up at the plate for them. So San Diego has the winning run up at the plate and the tying run over at second. Ramon Laureano is now in the batter's box. The pitch to Laureano, there's strike 1 at the knees. All right, chat, let's go. Charge! 0-1 is the count. Bottom of the 9th. Tying run at second. And the 0-1 is outside. No. I understand, man. I do. You wanna have the best experience. Because, again, you might not be able to go back, just like you said. You want to make sure it's worth it. Absolutely. 1-1 to Laureano. He pops it up. It's hit out over towards the first base side. And Steer is there, makes the grab. There's out number 1. Dodgers are going to the bottom of the 4th. They're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. All right, 1 away in the bottom of the 9th inning. And it looks like Jackson Merrill is due up for San Diego. He's 0 for 3. And the first pitch, he fouls it off. At Progressive Field, I sat row 1 behind the batter's box. Wow. Dude, that's wild. Detroit, I was next to the ball boy. What? Wow, at Comerica. That's unbelievable, man. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch to Merrill. There's a fly ball. Hit out over towards straightaway center field. That's going to be caught on the track. And Iglesias will maneuver his way over to third base. So 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. Merrill just missed a home run. And San Diego down to their final outs just like that. One more out to go. Tying run at third. And up to bat now is Bryce Johnson. And before that, we have a mound visit going on. Of course, you were 8 rows behind home plate. Wrigley and PNC, 2 rows. Dude, I would like to go visit PNC. I heard it's a great ballpark. The Dodgers are going to the bottom of the 4th. The Mariners are going to the bottom of the 5th. But none of that matters right now. The game that matters is this Padres-Reds game. Padres are down to their final outs. No, I don't blame you, man. That's very smart. It's very, very smart. Bryce Johnson is coming up. Again, this is a big game for the both of these teams. Padres still trying to fight for that division. And the first pitch is in there for strike one. And the Reds are just trying to keep getting closer to the Mets and the Giants. No balls, one strike. Tying run at third. And the 0-1 swing and a miss on a 96-mile-per-hour fastball. And the count is now 0-2. This is what we do every night. Diamond Zone. It's beautiful. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 to Johnson. Swing and a miss. Ball game over. The Reds win 2-1. It wasn't Pagan. It was Santillan that got the save. Wild. Crazy ending there. And with that, we still have 2 games left, but they're in the middle stages. So we still got a little bit of a ways to go in both of these games. So the Padres do lose. That means that the Dodgers are now 2.5 games above the Padres in the standings. And meanwhile, for the Cincinnati Reds, just really quickly, just wanted to look at the wild card standings for them. The Reds, by the way, are now half a game behind the Giants, I believe. Right? Or did the Padres lose yesterday? Padres lost yesterday, so now they're tied with the Giants. The Padres... Yeah, the Reds are now tied with the Giants, and they're both 2 games in back of the Mets for that third and final wild card spot. That's big. All right. So with that, we're gonna go back to we're gonna go back to the Mariners game right now. Mariners are in the bottom of the 5th, tied up 1-1. No balls, 1 strike. Cal Raleigh is up. If he hits a home run here, he would then tie Mickey Mantle for most homers in a season by a switch hitter. Dodgers do have a runner in scoring position. And a ground ball was just hit, and the runner that was at second, Pajes, will get caught into a rundown, and he is going to be out over at second base, I believe. Yep. He's out. The throw over to second base to try to get Rortvedt is not in time. So he is actually in scoring position. Pajes was out, and Rortvedt did a good job reading that. 2 balls, 1 strike to Cal Raleigh. Here's the 2-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. As around does the same. Why buy 1 jersey for $100 when you can get them for $25 each if you shop around? You're right. Long, quiet drive home that night. We wanted that free baseball, but not 5.5-hour drive back. Yeah, I just did like my first 7-hour trip, so I understand that. It's a long drive, man. But I enjoyed it. I did. I went to Columbus, Ohio. I did the full trip back. That was like a couple weeks ago. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Cal Raleigh. Payoff pitch on the way. Struck him out. Swing and a miss. And we are going to go to the top of the 6th inning over there. Shohei Ohtani is up for the Dodgers. Again, these 2 games are in the middle stages. 0-1 to Shohei, and there's a called strike on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. All right, so we can turn off the old laptop. That's going to be it for that. No balls, 2 strikes to Ohtani. And the pitch to Shohei, line drive caught over at third base on a hop throw. And it's actually Nope, it was caught over at third, but the third baseman threw it over to first base anyways. And the inning is over regardless. Rockies are down 4-0 as they go to the top of the fifth inning out in L.A. Dodgers play the Phillies Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Oh, we'll be on covering them. We're going to be enemies, Andrew. So enjoy this now. Enjoy this now. Take it one day at a time. Let's be friends. And then when the going gets going, we're, may the best team win. Ay, ay. But I know how that goes, man. Andrew, when did you say that your tryouts are again? I don't know if you said it before. I think I asked you before, and I didn't know if you saw that question or not, or if I just did not read that. But let me know. I like making personal connections with y'all. I really do. He says, "Well, I'm ready, JJ. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, bro." All right. Again, this Mariners game has a lot at stake to it. Mariners and Cardinals have a lot of scenarios going on. Seattle is 3 games in back of Boston and the Yankees for that number 1 wild card spot. But more importantly, okay, they are 1.5 games in back of Houston for the AL West. And they are also 2.5 games, or 1 game above the Texas Rangers, who are still trying to battle for that final spot. So if you're a Rangers fan, you need Seattle to lose. And the St. Louis Cardinals, on the other hand, in the National League wildcard race, they are 4 games in back of the New York Mets. If they win, they'll be tied with the Arizona Diamondbacks again. Those are the 4 teams racing for that final wildcard spot. The gloves are off. That's right. The gloves will be off on Monday. But that's okay. We got a whole weekend to enjoy ourselves, man. We do. All right. Top of the 5th. 4-0 Dodgers. It's 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch, there's a swing and a miss. We're going to do double diamonds, okay? We're going to go double D. Double diamonds. So Sagesse able to get on with a leadoff double in the top of the 6th inning for the St. Louis Cardinals. Wow. The 29th of September is when tryouts are. 2-2 pitch on the way. There's a line drive, and that is caught by the left fielder, Andy Pages, for out number 1 out in L.A. in the top of the 5th inning. So Sagesse is over at second base for the St. Louis Cardinals. And again, if I'm saying his name wrong, please let me know. Pedro Pages is going to come on up, and St. Louis is looking to take the lead out in Seattle. So again, double diamonds we go. First pitch, there's a swing and a miss to Fulford in the Rockies-Dodgers game. No balls, 1 strike to Pages, and there's a swing and a miss. That's Pedro Pages. No balls, 2 strikes there. No balls, 2 strikes here. Here, there, and everywhere. No, I'm kidding. The 0-2 to Pages, and that is in the dirt for a ball. Braxton Fulford for the Rockies. It's gone 0-4. 0-2 pitch. Struck him out. Strike 3 called on the inside edge. And there is 2 outs in the Dodgers-Rockies game. And then like a week later until I find out if I make the team. Got you, man. I'm holding out for you, dude. You gotta let me know if you make it, obviously. Or what ends up happening. If you don't make it, I'm kicking you out. I'm just kidding, man. All love. I got you, dude. Here's the 1-2 to Pedro Pages. Foul ball. Arcia, Orlando Arcia, the former Brewer and Brave, is up for Colorado, batting in the 9-hole. No balls, 2 strikes, and the 0-2 is up high for a ball. I got you, dude. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pedro Pages, and 1 ball, 2 strikes to Orlando Arcia. The 1-2 to Arcia is high for ball 2, and the 2-2 to Pages, swing and a miss. And there is out number 1 in Seattle in the top of the 6th. 2-2 pitch to Arcia. Got him! Swing and a miss! Blake Snell, doing a good job so far, has just allowed 1 hit. And the Dodgers will go to the bottom of the 5th inning with a 4-0 advantage against the Rockies. So we'll go back to the single diamond right now, as Furman is due up, and he takes down for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Freddie Furman, Jose Furman. 1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball hit towards the right side. Second baseman has it, throws it over to first, and there is out number 2 in the top of the 6th inning. The runner from second does go on over to third. So the Cardinals have their go-ahead runner 90 feet away from scoring. That's right. That's right, man. No balls, 1 strike. Up next is Church. And Church bounces one over to third base. It's picked up by Eugenio Suarez, and the throw over to first is in time. And the inning is over. So the Mariners and the Cardinals are tied 1-1. And they're going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Still tensions out there. They'll be back. All right, time for the hat to come off, guys. It's time for the hat to come off. I apologize. Did y'all see that Anthony Rizzo did just retire from baseball? It makes me kind of sad because he had a great career, but it makes me realize, and I hate to bring this up, but it makes me realize that I'm getting older. It does. I loved watching Anthony Rizzo when he was with the Chicago Cubs. Just his whole story was absolutely awesome, too. Here's Mookie Betts to start off the bottom of the 5th inning, and he'll slap a single out to left field. And he gets on for the 2nd time today. Betts takes advantage of a fastball right down Broadway and slices it out to left, and he is on base. Leadoff single for him, bottom of the 5th. 61 pitches thrown. And the pitch on the way. That is taken for a called strike. Kyle Freeland is pitching. 4-0 Dodgers. No balls, 1 strike. 62 pitches for Kyle Freeland. 7 hits surrendered. 4 runs, just 1 earned run. That's it. And the next pitch is taken, and the count is now 1-1. You know what's funny, JJ? I just looked himself up yesterday because I didn't know where he was, and then today I see he has retired. I know, isn't that crazy? 1-1 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards center field. Center fielder gets to it, makes the catch, and leaps on into the wall. What a heck of a play. I believe that was Brenton Doyle. It was. He just made an awesome catch. And there is the first out of the inning. What a play there. Here's Rodriguez, the pitch, line drive, and that's caught by the second baseman, Jose Furman. That was a bullet, and Furman able to field that perfectly. And there is out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th inning out at T-Mobile Park. That was ridiculous. 1 gone in the Dodgers game. We bring our double diamond back. Freeman is up, no balls, 1 strike. And here's the pitch to Freddie. That is called a ball. Josh Naylor is due up, facing McGreevy. 0-1 is the count. And the pitch, swing and a miss. His helmet came flying off. 1-1 to Freddie Freeman, and 0-2 to Josh Naylor. It's easy to just follow along. I really like the 2-game format with this. It's awesome. Makes the game go by quicker. 1-1 to Freddie, and he pops it up into foul territory towards the left side. It'll go out of play. 0-2 to Josh. That's low for a ball. 1-2 to Josh Naylor, and 1-2 to Freddie Freeman. But yeah, shout out to Anthony Rizzo. Shout out to that whole 2016 World Series team. Man, I was a freshman in college when the Cubs pulled that win. 1-2 to Naylor. Struck him out. Swing and a miss. The 1-2 pitch to Freeman. There's a swing and a miss there, too. So Freeman strikes out. There's 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th. 4-0 Dodgers. And 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning out in Seattle. Polanco comes up, grounds 1 sharply over to first, and the first baseman will just take it to the bag for out number 3. A break in the action out in Seattle. They're tied 1-1. Here's the pitch out in the Dodgers game, and there's a fly ball hit out over towards left field. That ball is skied by Tommy Edman, and that's caught by the left fielder, inning over there. We're going to take a step off while we get a break. All right, don't go anywhere. 2 games still remaining, and they'll be back in just a little bit. right, folks. Both games are indeed back on. Let's go. All right. So it's no balls, 2 strikes to Lars Nootbaar in the St. Louis game. And the 0-2 is taken down for a ball. Tyler Freeman for the Rockies did just ground out over to third. And there's one away in the top of the 6th. That was a great World Series, dude. It really was. I enjoyed that. Here's the 1-2 on the way to Nootbaar, and that's taken down for ball 2. Snell has been very sharp so far for the Dodgers. First pitch on the way, and that is low for a ball. And you know what? Like, everybody wants to talk about the trash cans and everything that occurred in the next year's World Series, but I do have to tell you, like, Game 5 of that World Series was one of my favorite World Series games. Just back and forth action. I mean, that was awesome. It was a long, long game. That game was sick, though. 3-2 to Lars. Struck him out on an outside pitch. Got the call there. That's wild. Oh. That was a good pitch to Lars. You kidding me? It was maybe a little bit outside. Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way to Hunter Goodman, and he lines a base hit out to right field. I gotta tell you that this guy is just gonna have a good career. He's been doing well against the Dodgers. He's like the only guy that's on the Rockies right now that's been really doing damage against the Dodgers. And he's special. That'll bring Jordan Beck up to the plate for Colorado. One away, top of the 6th. A runner on over at first. For the Cardinals, they will have Ivan Herrera up at the plate in the top of the 7th. No balls, 1 strike to Ivan. And the 0-1 pitch. Did it hit him? No, it did not. One ball, 1 strike to Herrera. And no balls, 1 strike to Jordan Beck in the 0-1. That is going to get away from the catcher, but Goodman will stay put over at first base. Even though we lost to the Astros that year, I was still proud of my team. We fought so hard until the end, says Andrew. That was a hell of a fight. It really was. That was a hell of a World Series. Here's the 1-1 to Burleson. That is on the outside corner for a ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike here to Jordan Beck. The pitch to Beck. That's down for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike to Beck. He's also a good athlete, too. 2-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. So the count is now 2-2. Burleson's at-bat will continue. It is 2 balls, 1 strike to him. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the next pitch is swung on and missed. By the way, Blake Snell has 99 pitches for the Dodgers, so this is probably going to be his last inning. Here's the pitch. Got him looking. Another strikeout for Blake Snell in this ball game. Give Blake Snell 10 strikeouts in 5 2/3. Just a great game for him. All right. And now Brenton Doyle is up. He made a nice catch to rob Teoscar Hernandez on a double in the outfield. That was in the bottom of the 5th inning. No balls, 1 strike to him. Burleson did just strike out 2. There's 2 outs there in the top of the 7th inning. 0 balls, 2 strikes to Brenton Doyle. 102 pitches for Blake Snell. Isn't he just returning from an injury, too? 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 0-2 pitch. He holds his horses. They try to see if he went. He did not. Anybody follow streamers out there? Like Cinna, Valkyrie, Ludwig, Saikuno. Anybody into the streaming content space? Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. And the throw over to first is in plenty of time. Doyle strikes out. And that's now 11 punch-outs for Blake Snell. And he gets a standing ovation out at Dodger Stadium. And he most certainly deserves that. Just very impressive. 0 balls, 1 strike to Wilson Contreras. And the next pitch that he takes is for a ball. JJ, do you think that the Yankees are making the postseason? Yeah, I do. Right now, they're tied for the number 1 wild card seed. I don't see them sliding. Now, do I see the Mariners sliding? They're in a tough spot. The Mariners could miss the playoffs this year. They could. The Yankees could too. But I don't know. Next week, that could change things. It's just funny how 1 week does change a lot. Here's the 1-2. That's up high for ball 2. That's a good question, man. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch, and that's going to bounce in the dirt for ball 3. There's this other streamer I've been watching. Her name is Bonnie. She's awesome. And T10 Nat. Oh, my gosh. Nat is funny. I saw Speed that was in Philly. I show Speed. I saw he was in Philly. That was funny. Got a cheesesteak with Paul George. 3-2, foul ball. So the count is full. We're in the top of the 7th. There's 2 away. I show Speed. What a guy. He threw out the first pitch out at PNC Park, too. 3-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Oh, boy. And so they are going to go to the bottom of the 7th. I honestly don't think so, says Andrew. You don't think that they're going to make the playoffs? It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me, okay? Like, let's really quickly, let's go look at their schedule. 11 strikeouts again in 6 innings for Blake Snell. It's unbelievable. All right, let's do this. Let's take a look at the Yankees schedule real quick, okay? So the Yankees right now, they play the Tigers again on Thursday. Then they play Boston for 3. They play Minnesota, Baltimore for 4, Minnesota for 3, Baltimore for 4, the White Sox for 3, and then Baltimore again for 3. I could see Baltimore splitting that series out at Camden Yards. I don't see there's a chance, and again, like they play those this weekend against Boston is huge. It's a big series for them. It's a big series. But I think that Boston has the tougher schedule. Because Boston plays Tampa Bay. They play the Athletics again. Then they play Toronto and Detroit. That's not easy. And I think Seattle has a tougher schedule too. But who knows? Who knows? Really. It's a wild race in both leagues. I think that the league that has the more talent by far, though, is the National League. Without a doubt. You put the Phillies in the American League, they're going to the World Series. They have an easier route, at least in my opinion. All right, 2 balls, 1 strike. Andy Pages is up at the plate. Who got on over at first? I'll let you know. Anything can happen, dude, and that's what I love about baseball. But let me ask you this: why don't you think that the Yankees are going to make it? You just don't trust them? Because I, as a baseball fan, I hope you're right. I hope that there's no Yankees fans on here. Don't tell that to anybody. Man, that's funny. We got a runner on over at first out at Dodger Stadium with the 1 away and the pitch. And that's outside for a ball. Don't tell Max Coverage TV. I don't want him to fight me. All right, so Hernandez is up. It's 1 ball, no strikes. By the way, Eugenio Suarez did just ground out over to third. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch on the way, and that is taken for a strike. And that makes the count now 1-1. Shantae says, I don't trust them when they've been so bad at defense, especially, it's have a big part of winning ball games. Yeah, I agree. That's a valid point. It's a valid point. It is. I can't say that I disagree with that. 1-2 pitch to Hernandez struck him out. He is down on strikes. So Freeland comes up with his 5th strikeout. Back to Dominic Canzone's at bat. Count is 1-1. And the next pitch is swung on and missed. Here's Ben Rortvedt for the Dodgers. And it's just these 2 games left. Every other game is done. The pitch to Rortvedt. There's a ground ball, base hit over towards right field. And so the runner from first will head all the way over to third base, and the Dodgers do have runners at the corners. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. Swanson pitching for the St. Louis Cardinals, and the 2-2 is high for ball 3. Charge! I wish that we had like that little red zone buzzer, you know, like when we're switching games and it's like, boom, boom. You know what I'm talking about? Maybe I'm just making it up. 3-2 on the way. There's a fly ball hit out over towards left field. It's going back towards the track, and a leaping catch by Burleson. How on earth did he catch it? Alec Burleson just made a ridiculous catch out in left field. That ball almost got by him, and he still was able to jump up. It was right at his head, and he caught it. And he reached over and made the catch. That was a nice play. I mean, did he take the best turn? No, but that ball just landed into the glove, and he got there in a perfect amount of time. So there's 2 outs, and now J.P. Crawford is up, and he takes strike 1. He's out in left field today, Burleson. He's usually in the infield. Pitch to Crawford, and he sends this one out to right field. He got way under it, though. And the right fielder will be there to make the catch for out number 3. That's Lars Nootbaar. With that, Shohei Ohtani's coming up as the Cardinals and the Mariners. They're going to go to the top of the 8th inning, and we're just going to go to Ohtani's at bat. 1 ball, no strikes to Shohei Ohtani. 83 pitches for Kyle Freeland. And the 1-0 on the way is down and out for ball 2. Andrew says, yeah, I honestly don't trust them. To me, I don't think that that they've proven to me that they're a playoff team this year. It's actually sad, though, because they are a good team, says Andrew. Well, let's be honest. Let's look at the bad teams that we thought were going to be good teams, like the Atlanta Braves. Who the heck would have thought that the Braves would be right where they are? 3-0, and that's down for ball 4. I mean, that was not on my bingo cards. I thought that they were going to make it more competitive in the NL East, and they just have not, A, stayed healthy, and B, just played competitive ball. Even Acuna's not having such a good year, guys. You know? Like, Matt Olson has been inconsistent. Marcell Ozuna has been very inconsistent. Michael Harris has just not played well. I mean, who would have thought? Then their pitching hasn't stayed healthy. Chris Sale, Spencer Strider. Strider, even when he came back, did not look good at all. And Ronaldo Lopez is hurt for them. It's just wild. Bases are loaded for the Dodgers. They have a pitching change. Still in the bottom of the 6th. Rockies trying to keep it a 4-0 deficit. I had to get rid of the ads. I'm YouTube Premium, baby. Let's go. But, yeah, so I look at the Braves. Who's another team, guys? The Diamondbacks. Kind of surprising that the Diamondbacks are where they are, in my opinion, at the very least. With Corbin Carroll, I understand, too, that they lost Corbin Burns. There's no Jordan Montgomery. Gowan, though, has not been good. Brandon Pfaadt has not been good either. But even still, if you just think about them as a team that made it to the World Series like 2 years ago, it's still kind of a surprise to me. Here's Caleb Ferguson going out there to pitch for the Seattle Mariners, and the pitch is grounded over towards the right side, and the throw over to first is in time. Caleb Ferguson, another former Dodger, played for the Pirates this year, then got traded at the deadline. Seattle low-key made a lot of moves at the deadline. I can't show the playoff picture. Actually, wait, yes, I can. I can show you. No, I can't. I can't do that. I'd have to pull it up. The ball is 1 strike. I'll do it. I'll do it after the games are done. I wish I could just have it up there with me, but I can't. That's more technical stuff. I would need like a producer to do it right as I'm doing this. Here's Mookie Betts. Bases loaded. Bottom of the 6th. 2 outs. No balls. 1 strike. The pitch. That's up high for a ball. Rising Rhino, what's up? How are you, my friend? 1 ball, 1 strike to Mookie Betts. The 1-1 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out to left field. That's going to be caught, though, by Beck. And the inning is over. So Betts is retired for the first time tonight. And the Rockies and Dodgers are going to go to the top of the 7th. It's 4-0 LA. Meanwhile, the Cardinals are still on 2. So it's just these 2 games left. Thomas Sagise is up at the plate. And the 2-2, ground ball hit over to shortstop. Crawford's throw over to first. Dug out by Naylor. And Sagase, is he hurt? He sort of tripped up on first base. Josh Naylor's going out there to see if he's okay. And he is standing up, and he's like, yep, I'm okay. The Cleveland Guardians. Did the Guardians win today, JJ? The Guardians took a big fat L. Oh, he didn't trip up. I think he just lost his footing before he even stepped on the bag. That's weird. That's very bizarre. He wasn't even trying to dive into first. He just fell. Here comes Pajes to the plate, and the pitch is taken for a strike. So Betts could not score. Chris is laughing. I try, man. I try to be funny. I do. Sometimes I don't even try, guys, and I'm just funny, naturally. The 0-1, swing and a miss. I'm here all week, literally. Rising Rhino. Hey, guys, by the way, if you guys love football, better go check out Rising Rhino, or I swear. Go check him out. If you guys don't, where's my bat at? Here it is. I got my Phillies bat right here. Go check out Rising Rhino. Subscribe to him today, or else, bam! Whoa. I actually did hit that. Wow. That was not good. I did not break the light. I promise. I promise you. Okay, I'll take the bat out of my hands. I'm sorry. I didn't break it. Okay, good. That was not even intentional. Bro, somebody's going to cut that. 1 ball, no strikes. Bro, you got to take the bat out of my hands. Ay. 1 ball, 1 strike. Andrew's like, whoa. Bro, I gotta chill. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rhino, tell me to calm down. 2-1 is the count. And the pitch, swing and a miss. I am. I gotta calm down. There's still a lot of baseball left to go, though. And I'm not focused. Where is this game? There it is. All right, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Ezequiel Tovar. Tovar up to bat. Top of the 7th. The payoff pitch on the way, and that is fouled away. Now, you guys can tell everybody on my channel, JJ hit the bat and is breaking stuff now on stream. Watch out. 3 balls, 2 strikes in the 3-2 pitch. There's a ground ball hit over to shortstop, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 1. Breathe. I don't want to chill. I have a lot of energy in me. All right. We're going to the bottom of the 8th inning out in Seattle. Young is up. The pitch. That's taken for a ball. All right. Time to wake back up. It's 1 ball, no strikes to Karras. And the pitch is taken outside for ball 2. But yes, please go subscribe to Rising Rhino. Scott, drop his link down below. You know what to do. Drop his link, and we're going to continue to spread that word. 2-0 to Karras. That's up high for ball 3. And the 1-1 to Cole Young. That's a foul ball. JJ's off to the bada bing after this. Bada bing, bada boom. Wrong game. 3 balls, no strikes on the pitch, and there's a called strike. Andrew, I do have to ask you, man. As the 1-2 is up high and outside for ball 2. Who you pulling out for this year in the NBA? 3-1, and that's up high for ball 4. And so Karras does get on with a 1-out walk. Cole Young's 2-2 pitch. That's a foul ball. We're just sticking to the double diamond. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cole Young. He is battling here. Mark Pryor is going to go out there to talk to his pitcher. 2-2 on the way. Struck him out. Wow. I gotta play that a little bit more. I do. Rise and reminder, were you at Woodstock in 99? Who am I pulling out? Who you pulling out for in the NBA, man? Randy Arozarena is due up, and the pitch is down for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Ay, ay, ay. The pitch to Randy, foul ball. Michael Toglia is due up at the plate for the Colorado Rockies. What's up, Keith? What's up, Keith? 1-1 pitch. That is inside for ball 2. So it's 2 balls, 1 strike in the bottom of the 8th out at T-Mobile Park. And then it's 2 balls, no strikes to the Rockies out at Dodger Stadium. The pitch. And there's strike 2. Angerine said what? JJ Goat Mike's new channel is Lakers Packers. Dude, let's go. Let's go. Dude, good to know. I didn't know that. I did not know that, man. The pitch, and there's out number 2. Sorry, I got a lot going on. I didn't mean to be rude, my friend. My bad. I'm calling 2 games at once, my friend. It's a lot to juggle. But no, I apologize. I do. Alright, I can turn this phone off, actually. Don't have to show the game on the phone anymore. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Toglia, and the 2-2 is up high for ball 3. By the way, what ended up happening in that Seattle game? Well, Cal Rowley's coming up in the bottom of the 8th inning, and they're still tied 1-1. There's out number 2. Then Rosarina did just strike out. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Toglia. And the 3-2 pitch, that's a foul ball. Welcome on into the Diamond Zone, where we just go live and we do live MLB whip-arounds. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of talking. And we do a lot of play-by-play. Right now it's only 2 games. Sometimes we do up to 5, up to 6, 7, 8, maybe even 11. The ball's 1 strike to Cal Rowley. He just took strike 1. The 0-1 to Cal. Check swing, ground ball. It's a foul ball. Andrew says, I'll go anywhere. Three balls, 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes in the pitch. And that's inside for ball 4. And we got a little bit of a traffic jam going on out at Dodger Stadium with runners on at first and second base. All right, so there is something cooking out at Dodger Stadium. Riley, don't feel, you know how you feel about the mustache? It feels like you should go to the Yankees with that. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the 1-2 pitch is way outside and high for ball 2. I was thinking about rocking the mustache one time, and then I was like, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. This is also the same guy that wanted a mohawk when he was in middle school. Glad that he didn't do that either. That would have been bad. Pitch, and that's down for a ball. Can you imagine me with a mohawk in middle school? Nah. No, guys. That'd be awful. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the 7th. And the 1-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. Rowley's pitch. It's outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Cal Rowley. On deck is Julio Rodriguez. 1 ball, 1 strike to Fulford. And the pitch is up high for ball 2. The pitch to Rowley, outside for ball 4. Coming up. Two balls, one strike on the pitch, and that's outside for ball 3 in the Colorado Rockies game. JJ, where are you from? What do you do? I'm from South Jersey. I'm from the South Jersey area. I went to college at Rowan University and graduated in 2022. But yes, I am right outside of Philly. 3 balls, 1 strike in the 3-1 pitch. That's up high, and the bases are loaded out at Dodger Stadium. Oh, my goodness. Wow, we got some action there. 1-0 to Rodriguez. That's down for ball 2. So we got to focus here. Dave Roberts, he's going to make a move. He'll make a call to the pen. And Mickey Moniak is ready to come on up to the plate for the Rockies. So with that being said, we're just going to stick to the Seattle game right now, as there is a move coming. Alex Vesia will step on in for Dave Roberts and the Dodgers. 2 balls, 1 strike to Julio Rodriguez. Swanson on the mound. Rally at first. 2 away. The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball. Hit off the bag. It goes behind the third baseman. Out to left field. And Rally will go on over to third base. And so Julio Rodriguez gets on with a double. That thing hit third base, and it just popped over the third baseman's head. Oh my gosh. It skipped, and then it doinked off the bag out to left field. And nothing that Nolan Gorman could do about that, except go try to cover third. And we got a pitch and change here as well. Unbelievable. But yes, I'm from the South Jersey area. Andrew, all the play-by-play channels are on my page. Help me with the learning curve, and I help them with graphics and moderating. It's a great way to get involved, dude. Yeah, it's fun. It's nice. Chauncey says that was crazy. That was crazy. This is why baseball's the best, guys. I love the NFL. Don't get me wrong. I'm not as big of a fan of the NBA as I was before. I still like watching basketball. I do. And I support my 76ers. But right now, it is clear that the NFL and Major League Baseball, I think personally, sorry, did I just say that it's clear? Personally, to me, baseball is not only my number 2, but I think baseball in the ratings is now going up there with the NBA. Now, you might disagree, and you might say to yourself, well, JJ, like, you look at the stars in the NBA, as far as the popularity goes, NBA is still number 2. And I got to be honest with you. I think that, maybe we could say that the NBA is slightly number 2, but baseball's coming. There's no doubt about it. That's really what I'm trying to say. All right, Mickey Moniak is up. Shut up, JJ. Call the game. The Rockies are back on. No balls, 2 strikes. And that's to Mickey Moniak. No balls, 2 strikes. Alex Vesia pitching. And the pitch is down for a ball. The 0-2 to Moniak. That's outside for a ball. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Excuse me. Josh Naylor is back up for the Seattle Mariners, and he just took ball 2. It's 2 balls, no strikes to Josh Naylor, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Moniak with the bases loaded. The 1-2 pitch to Moniak. Swing and a miss. Oh, what a big strikeout that was by Vesia. Wow, and there is out number 2. Vesia comes after Moniak with the high heat. It's now 3-0 to Josh Naylor. Jorge Polanco waits in the on-deck circle for Seattle. Mariners fans on their feet, the 3-0, and that is taken for a strike on the upper tier of the zone. Meanwhile, the Rockies have Freeman up at the plate. Tyler Freeman takes strike one down the middle at 97 miles per hour. 3-1 the nailer. Outside for ball 4. Bases loaded in both games. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch to Freeman. That ball swung him out of his shoes. That was right down the middle at 97 miles per hour again. And so the Dodgers are 1 strike away from getting out of the 7th inning. Polanco steps up for the Mariners. And the first pitch to Polanco. He cues this one right in front of the mound. The throw over to first base is just in time for out number 3. How did the Cardinals escape in that inning? I don't know. What a play by Pedro Pages, too. He had to get up quickly, charge over towards the mound, barehand it, and fire it over to first base. That's insane. All right, no balls, 2 strikes out at Dodgers Stadium. And the Dodgers are trying to get out of their jam. 0-2 pitch, and that is down in the dirt for a ball. Excuse me. I don't know how they're still tied out in Seattle, but they are. I'm with you, Scott. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way to Tyler Freeman. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just fouled off. And Freeman stays alive. Guys, who's my World Series matchup prediction? I said Brewers and Astros. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. You guys are so sweet. I love you guys. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lock in. Bessie is 1-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Bessia climbs the ladder with the fastball, and it worked. It went up, up, and away. And so the Dodgers go to the bottom of the 7th. So neither the Rockies nor the Mariners could get a runner home with the bases loaded. And so Seattle is coming back up. I got to tell you that play by Pages, that was just an incredible play there. Just good baseball overall. He barehand caught it. He threw it over to first. And a very good dig on the receiving end by the first baseman of St. Louis, too. Andrew says, I got Dodgers Red Sox. Ooh, that'd be wild. The pitch to Furman. Ground ball diving, stopped by Crawford. He throws over to first. Oh, what a bang play that was, too. Great defense all around in this ball game. J.P. Crawford makes a heck of an effort to take away a base hit as the Cardinals just started off the top of the 9th, and Josh Naylor even gets fired up. That ball was snow-coned off the tip of J.P.'s glove. And he still was able to get to it. And just get Furman out over at first base. We are still tied 1-1 out at T-Mobile Park. And Yoel Pozo is due up. My NBA Finals predictions this year. My early NBA Finals prediction. I hate to do this. I really hate to do this, guys. But right now, and again, I hope that this changes. Right now, I got to go Knicks. I hate to say it, but I'm being honest. The 1-0 is inside for ball 2. I'm going to go Knicks, and I'm going to go... Oof. 2-0 pitch on the way. That ball is fouled. I'll go Nuggets. I'll go Knicks and Nuggets as my NBA Finals prediction right now. I hate to say it. I want us to be there, but I don't know what to trust. There's so many question marks with this ball club. 2-1, that's a foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes in the top of the 9th inning. Freeman did just line out, and there's 2 away in the Dodgers game. Sorry about that. We're just focused on this St. Louis game because this one's tied. 2-2. That's up high for ball 3. Shantae says, I hope that doesn't happen. I hope so, too. I hope not, too. Knicks versus Nuggets is interesting. It is, but... Oh, boo. 3-2 pitch, ground ball, diving, stopped by the third baseman. Suarez, the throw over to first. Another nice defensive play. Wow. This game just has playoffs written all over it. Just incredible diving efforts. Suarez actually almost fumbled the ball there. Tommy Edman is due up for the Dodgers, and the count is 1-1 to him. Tomorrow we got Diamond Zone again during the afternoon. Hopefully you guys will join us for that. Then we got the Phillies game at night. Edman just grounds one into the hole, gets one out to right field, and he singles with 2 outs. So he's aboard over at first. If the Phillies can get some consistency for the rest of the month, I think that we'll go a long way to winning the World Series. I think the Phillies have a chance. I do. But Scott's right. Scott is right. And again, I'm not trying to bail out on my team. I say that this is going to go to extra, says Andrew. Dude, there's so many great things in this game. 2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. There's a ground ball that's hit up the middle. Another diving stop by Crawford, but that time nothing is going to get Lars Nootbaar out. My gosh. Castillo, who's pitching, by the way, for Seattle right now. I mean, there's just nothing. He's not throwing well at all. Yeah, me too, Shantae. I don't know why they did that. Did he get to his 200 strikeout? All right, timeout called by Cal Rowley. And by the way, Shantae, I hope that you're doing well. I'm sending hugs your way. I say prayers every night, man, for all of you guys. Because I know that we got stuff going on in our lives. But I do say prayers. I do. You guys are, always in my thoughts. Excuse me. Sorry for burping. Here's the pitch to Rojas. That ball's grounded back up the middle, but the second baseman has it, and the throw to first is in plenty of time for out number 3. And the Dodgers are going to the top of the 8th inning, leading at 4-0 against the Colorado Rockies. Skeens now sits at 203. Congratulations to him. Herrera takes strike 2 on the inside corner. No balls, 2 strikes to Ivan Herrera. Wow. 0-2 pitch. That's low for ball 1. Who do you guys got tomorrow night? Commanders? Commanders or Packers? Had to think about it for a sec. 1-2 pitch to Herrera. Struck him out. And so, the Mariners will try to walk it off as they go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Thank you. Yeah, we love you. Of course. Of course. I'm sending hugs your way. I'm sending positivity and hugs to everybody. I know that today was a tough day. But, there are people that are going through personal times, and, whether it's good or bad, we're always here. And that's the really nice part about it, right? And that's the cool thing about the connection, and I say it all the time, is that we can have personal conversations, and that does not happen on the TV side of things, or even on the radio side. And radio and TV have their own pluses too. Some people like that, and sometimes I like to just listen as well, and hear the sounds of the game. And there's definitely pros and cons with everything, but that's the one thing that to me is really powerful. Yeah, I know. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do, Shante. But we love you. Don't trust JJ with a bat. Just learn that tonight. I swear, I'm just trying to make sure to look to see if there's any spot. I didn't see anything. All right, Rockies are back on. Let's go. Yeah, I like us when we show love to each other every day, but yes, you're right. Hunter Goodman is up at the plate. No balls, one strike. There's the 0-1, and that is taken outside and low for a ball. One of my friends actually, what he does after he goes on board meetings for his group that he's in, he's a part of an organization, but even when they get into heated discussions, they all actually hug it out, which is really nice. And I think that that's so sweet. Because he presented that idea, and they were like, you know what, we should actually do that. And so, even if they get into heated debates and whatnot, they all still hug it out, and I really like that. 1 out in the top of the 8th inning, as Hunter Goodman just popped out. All right, the Mariners game is back on. Eugenio Suarez is up. 1 ball, 2 strikes to him. Jojo Romero is pitching. That's who I was thinking of, who was on the Phillies. 1-2 on the way. Struck him out. A lot of strikeouts in this game. Why do I keep saying struck him out? I need to stop doing that. It's a filler word. Now Victor Robles comes up to the plate for Seattle. 1 away, bottom of the 9th. Romero kicks, deals, and the pitch is up high for a ball. One ball, no strikes. It's also 1 ball, 1 strike out at Dodger Stadium. There's the 1-1 pitch to Jordan Beck, and that's a foul ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Victor Robles. All right, we're going to lock in, chat. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss. Both counts are at 1-2. We're all synced up. 1-2 pitch to Beck. Got him. There's out number 2. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Robles. That's up high for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 9th inning out in Seattle. The pitch to Robles, and he lines one foul towards the left side. The Rockies have their next batter up. That ball is fouled. That's Bretton Doyle. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Robles. And the pitch on the way. Got him again. There's 2 gone in the bottom of the 9th. It's been strikeouts galore in both of these games. Insane. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bretton Doyle. In the Mariners game, J.P. Crawford is coming up. And Crawford just takes outside for ball 1. 1-1 pitch, and Doyle has to react quickly as he gets out of the way. It's 2 balls, 1 strike to him. 1-0 to J.P. Crawford. And the pitch. There's a strike on the outside corner. The count is 1-1. Yikes. Look out. Below. The 1-1 pitch to Crawford. Swing and a miss on a slider at 84 miles per hour. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brenton Doyle in the top of the 8th. The 2-1 offering. Swing and a miss there. 2-2 to Doyle. The 1-2 to Crawford. That's down and away for ball 2. Doyle today 0 for 3 for Colorado. There's 2 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the 2-2 pitch, that ball is popped up. It's hit out over towards shallow right field. Teoscar's there, makes the grab, and the Dodgers are now 3 outs away from securing the shutout. Crawford's pitch is fouled away. Romero gets set. The 2-2 pitch. There's a pop-up. It's hit out over towards shallow right field. The second baseman is there. He'll make the catch. And there's free baseball going on out in Seattle. As they will go to the top of the 10th. Cardinals and Mariners still tied 1-1. All right. Nothing going on in this game. It's crazy. Still 2 games going on out in the West Coast on this night in baseball. There's too many ads on TV and radio. You top off it all. You on top of it all. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. And you know, in the future, I really would like to get some sponsors, you know, but at the same time, even when we get them, okay, the one thing that I want to stay true to myself with is that we're not going to be taking much time away from talking to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still want this to be about building the community, okay? We might be getting some deals, and that's cool, but at the same time, we're really not going to be even taken away during the breaks. Nothing like that. Like, I had a promo that I made for my charity stream that I'm doing. I've only played it, I think, like 3 times, you know? But we're staying true. We're staying true to ourselves, and that's the thing that we're doing. And I really like that. You know, we're not going to be playing too many of those, even when more people are offering us stuff. You know, we're going to be... I want to make sure that you guys are the star of the show, too. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to get carried away with that. Andy Pages comes up to the plate in the bottom of the 8th inning. But we're definitely going to continue to grow, which is awesome. All right, bottom of the 8th. There's a pitch comm device issue going on in the Rockies-Dodgers game. And with that, we're going to go to the St. Louis Cardinals game. Alec Burleson is up. There's Luke Jackson pitching for the Seattle Mariners. Thanks, man. Yeah, isn't that wild? No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch is high for ball 1 to Alec Burleson. Let's go, chat. Come on. Charge! 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch is outside for ball 2. Everyone has the pack. I did something different with my play on Thursday Night Football. I did some long middling, hoping for an average close one. 2-1. That's down and away for ball 3. There's Shohei Ohtani in the hole out in the Dodgers game. The 2-0 to Pages. That's up high for ball 3. Sounds good, my friend. 3-1 pitch to Burleson, and that's on the outside corner for strike 2. 3-0 pitch to Pajes. There's strike 1 at the knees. So 3-2 to Burleson. They try to take the lead in the top of the 10th. The pitch, line drive hit out to right field, and a leaping catch made by Victor Robles for out number 1. And the runner will stay put over at second base. That's a nice play by Victor Robles out in right field. Have a good night, my friend. Yeah, or a good day, because he's afternoon right now. It's like 2:20 right by him. Larry, what's up, Larry? How are you? We're only 3 games behind the Brewers with the number 1 seed. They've lost 3 in a row. Yep, we were there during the very... They were the very first game today. We covered the whole entire game. That was awesome. That was sick. I think we still have a shot at that. Here's the pitch to Contreras. Fly ball hit out over towards right field. That's hooking foul, and that one will go out of play. Back to the Dodgers game. Again, they're up 4-0, and the pitch is taken for a strike. So after the game is done, then we'll pull up the standings, and we'll let you know where everybody is on the baseball map. The standings map. No balls, 1 strike to Contreras, and the pitch is outside for ball 1. Whoops, wrong games. I apologize. It's just these 2 games left. Cardinals and Mariners have been tied ever since the 3rd inning. There's been no scoring there. And again, both of these teams are battling. There's a lot of scenarios going on with both of them. 0-2 fouled off by Contreras. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Or Kike Hernandez, that is. He takes ball 1. Have a good night / day. I don't know, whatever. Have a good one. 0-2 pitch to Contreras. There's a fly ball hit out over towards center field. It's not that deep. It's playable. Rodriguez will be there to make the catch for out number 2. Kike's pitch. Fly ball hit out to right field. That'll be caught by Freeman. And there's out number 1 in the Dodgers game in the bottom of the 8th inning. So the Padres lost to the Reds. The Reds are inching their way closer to that 3rd seed in the National League. And by the way, the runner from second was doubled up in the Cardinals game. I thought he got back to the bag. He did not. He tagged up too early. And so he's out over at second, and the Mariners could win the ball game in the bottom of the 10th. Oh my gosh. Base running mistakes in that Cardinals-Mariners game could really be the cost for the Cardinals. And with that, let's go back to the Dodgers. It's 1 ball, 1 strike here. 4-0 Dodgers. Ohtani has an RBI. Betts is 3 for 4 with an RBI single. Andy Pajes has an RBI single. And Kike Hernandez has a sac fly. 2 balls, 1 strike to Ben Rortvedt. Phillies will be playing the Dodgers next week, starting on Monday. That was a major mess up. Dude, what the heck? He tagged up too early. What? I'm like going back. I'm like looking, and I'm like, wait, he's out? What? 2-1 pitch, and that's taken for ball 3. He tagged up way too early. Tagged up right before the ball was caught. 3-1 pitch, and there's strike 2. He should be benched for that. So Ohtani is in the on-deck circle. The Mariners are back on. Cole Young will lead off the bottom of the 10th, and Rowley has a chance to possibly walk it off if he comes up. He has a chance to come on up to the plate. That's insane. The pitch to Rortvet. There's a line drive base hit out to right field. The runner will stop over at second base. And so Shohei Ohtani is coming up to the plate in the bottom of the 8th inning. But we pause and go back to Riley O'Brien, who's now pitching for St. Louis. He's now their closer ever since they got rid of Ryan Helsley. It's not a save situation. He does have 36 strikeouts, and already before the first pitch is even thrown, there's a timeout taken on the mound. Pages wants to rally the troops. Let's go to Ohtani's at-bat in the meantime. 27 pitches for this pitcher for Colorado, and the pitch. There's a swing and a miss. The pitcher, by the way, for the Colorado Rockies, it's Molina. If they lose, the base running error is a contributing factor for sure. The pitch to Shohei, that's a foul ball. Cole Young is up, he'll show bunt, and it's fouled in the Mariners game. So we're going double diamond, of course. Ohtani's at bat, and Young's at bat. The 0-2 to Shohei, it's high for a ball. No balls, one strike to Young. He'll show bunt again. He pops it up. It's hit over towards the third base side. And it's caught by the third baseman for out number 1. A terrible bunt attempt by Cole Young. That thing was popped up like it was like he got under it. And it was like a full swing. I mean, that thing went a mile high when he popped it up. That's insane. Here's the pitch to Shohei Ohtani, and he fouls it off. Goes out of play. I was going to say he got under it like a Kyle Schwarber pop-up. That's how high it was, but it wasn't that high. Here comes Randy Arozarena for Seattle. And the pitch is down for a ball. See, guys, it's not just the Phillies that make these mistakes. It's, like, unbelievable to me. There's people that are like, well, it's just the Phillies that do this. No. See it all around baseball, guys. 1-0 pitch. Foul ball to Randy Arozarena. Back to Ohtani's at-bat. The 3-2 to Shohei. He flings it out over to left field, and that's going to be caught for out number 2. He did swing at ball 4. So Ohtani is retired. Mariners trying to win the game. The 1-1 pitch. Line drive. Base it out to right field. The ghost runner's rounding third. And he'll stay put over there. So J.P. Crawford is going to stay over at third base. He did not have a chance to score. But the way that he was running on over to third. And I honestly think that even I think that he would have been gunned out at the plate. Let's take a look again. Ball was rolled out over to right field. Oh, yeah, he would have been dead at the plate. And Arozarena almost got picked off at first. The throw was cut off by the pitcher, and he just got to the bag back in time. And here comes Cal Raleigh. And the Dodgers, by the way, have the bases loaded. I couldn't tell what happened to Freddie Freeman. But he is, or Betts that is. Betts is coming on up. Why does it say bases loaded? Did we miss something? Was there interference? Did Ohtani get on with interference? Yep, catcher's interference is why Shohei Ohtani got on base. Oh, my goodness. So it didn't matter that it was fouled out or that it was flied out to left. Here comes Betts, and the first pitch is outside. Ohtani got on because of catcher's interference. All right, Cal Raleigh is coming up to the plate, and he will try to end the ball game here. Before he comes up, they will actually intentionally walk Cal Raleigh, load the bases, and they are going to face Julio Rodriguez instead and take their chances on him with one away. The count to bets now is 3-0. Rodriguez at the plate. One away. The pitch to Julio, and he takes a fastball down the middle for strike one. The pitch to Betts. Fly ball. Hit out to left field. Grand slam for the Dodgers. It's now 8-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Betts has been clutch. The 0-1 pitch to Rodriguez, swing and a miss. And so he's down in the count 0-2. Mookie Betts cleans the table and puts the Dodgers up 8-zip. What a day for Mookie Betts. 0-2 pitch to Rodriguez. Struck him out on a pitch that was low and away. And that'll bring up Josh Naylor to the plate. That is insane. Rodriguez did not have a good at-bat whatsoever. He took the first pitch down the middle and then swung a junk on his next two pitches. And now Josh Naylor comes up with 2 away in the bottom of the 10th. The pitch to Naylor, that's down and in, almost hit him. How about Mookie Betts? What a ball game for him. 4 for 5 with a grand slam and a run scored. And 5 RBI. 1 ball, no strikes to Josh Naylor. O'Brien kicks and deals, and Naylor is going to slice that one foul and out of play. There's still one out in the bottom of the 8th inning out at Dodger Stadium. Charge! 1 ball, 1 strike to Josh Naylor. And the pitch, swing and a miss on another pitch that was in the dirt. So the count is now 1-2. 11 pitches for O'Brien. He's looking to get out of the jam. And Naylor will call for time. That grand slam just put the Dodgers game to bed. Base is juiced for the Mariners. Bottom of the 10th, 2 away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch just down for ball 2. With 3 rings. Yeah, that's correct. I did know that. Two balls, 2 strikes. O'Brien comes set and deals. Swing and a miss. How did the Cardinals get out of the inning? I don't know. And we are going to the top of the 11th out at T-Mobile Park. Each team with 1 run on 7 hits. And so we have some more free baseball coming up out in Seattle. Unbelievable. And I guess we got to go to Teoscar Hernandez's at bat, because that's the only other thing that's on right now. That is correct, Larry. He's the only active player with 3 rings. Max Scherzer does not have 3 rings. Justin Verlander does not have 3 rings. That is correct. Altuve and the Astros don't have 3 rings. When you really think about it, they don't. 3-1 to Teoscar. There's a fly ball hit out to left center field. Back-to-back checks for the Dodgers. LA. I'm trying to be quiet because my parents are trying to sleep. Unbelievable. What a night in baseball. Teoscar knew that thing was gone. Jeez Louise. That thing went a long ways. Now Freddie Freeman is up, and he takes outside for ball one. 9-0 Dodgers. That's the 24th homer of the season for Hernandez. His third homer in his last 2 games. The 1-0 to Freddie, and that's down for ball 2. Now the Mariners game is back on. Nolan Gorman comes up, and he takes strike 1 right at the knees. Luke Jackson is still pitching for the Seattle Mariners. Freddie will foul off the next pitch. 0-1. That misses outside and high for a ball. If there's anything else that happens in the Dodgers game, we will let you know. It is going to be huge, Larry. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch. That's outside for ball 2. Freeman did just ground out over to first. And there's 2 away. So Gorman is up. 2 balls, 1 strike. Luke Jackson kicks and delivers. And there's a line drive foul ball. In case you're wondering, like, what the stats are with runners in scoring position in that particular ball game, well, I'll tell you this much. It's not good. It's not good at all. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jackson gets set above the belt. And the 2-2 pitch. That ball is fouled back towards the screen. And again, after this, we will look at the standings one more time. 2-2 is the count to Nolan Gorman. And the pitch. That's another foul ball by Nolan Gorman. The Cardinals are 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position. The Mariners are 1 for 8. Two. Ground ball. Hit over to first base. Naylor has it. He'll take it to the bag. And the ghost runner will head on over to third base. It's a home run. Yeah. It is gone. Bye, baseball. Sagesse is coming up to the plate for St. Louis. And the pitch. That's taken inside for a ball. Hyun-Sung Kim just flied out to right field, and the Dodgers and Rockies are going to go to the top of the 9th inning. 9-0 LA. 1 ball, no strikes to Thomas Sagisse. And the pitch. That's taken outside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. The 2-0 delivery. There's strike 1. I'm so troll. Two and 1 is the count. The next pitch, off the plate for ball 3. Got one. Hold up. Charge. 3-1. There's a ground ball up the middle for a base hit, and St. Louis will take the lead. Oh, man. Chat, it's just another late night here. This is what happens when you stream for 10 hours. You forget the things that you say. All right. Pages comes up in the pitch, and there's a called strike right down the middle. No balls, 1 strike. 0-1 is the count. 1 away, top of the 11th. Pages up at the plate. And the pitch is outside for a ball. I think the Phillies could survive if they played the Mets in the wild card round at home, because all 3 games are at home. I do think that they could survive. I do. If it's against the Cubs, though, or the Padres, I don't know. If they have to play the Mets, though, in the DS, I don't like that either. Toss back over to first is not in time. But because all 3 games are at home, I do actually trust them winning against the Mets. I do. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner goes. The pitch is down, and Rowley drops the ball. It went by him and hit the backstop. And Sagesse will be safe on over at second base. So the count is still 2-2. In the top of the 11th. Could the Dodgers face the Padres in the divisional round? No. They can't. Yes, they could. They could, actually. Yes. 2-2 pitch. I'll go over all the standings and everything after these games are done. By the way, the Rockies did just get a base runner. But you could look it up for yourself. Yeah, it technically could happen. It technically could. Kyle Karras is up for the Rockies. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Pages, swing and a miss. There's a huge strikeout there for out number 2. By the way, the Mariners are not going to have their meat and potatoes due up. Who's due up for them? So Rodriguez struck out. It would be Jorge Polanco. Oh, yeah, they still have Suarez due up. Timeout taken in that ball game with 2 away in the top of the 11th. Again, this Rockies game, it's 9-0, and there's 1 out in the top of the 9th. Their starting pitching over the last 5 games, though, for the Dodgers has just been awesome. That was a nasty pitch. 2 outs, top of the 9th, and Furman is due up. And he takes outside for ball 1. 2 outs in the top of the 11th. Excuse me. All right, let me lock in, guys. I'm all locked in right now. 1 ball, no strikes. Jackson kicks, fires, and throws a strike at the knees. Count is 1-1. Jackson gets set. He kicks. He deals. And there's a ground ball. Diving stop by the third baseman, Suarez. The throw over to first is just in time. Just held his foot on the bag. Josh Naylor, that is. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 11th inning. We'll see if the Mariners do have a response. They'll be back in just a few moments, trailing 2-1 in extra innings. And there's no other game on right now, so that's why we're going to go to this Rockies game. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Michael Toglia is up. Mookie Betts hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 8th inning to put the game out of reach. And then Teoscar followed up with an exclamation point. Anthony Banda's pitching, and the 2-2 is outside for ball 3. First round would be awesome, but that's not going to happen. First round would be awesome. 3-2, struck him out. Swing and a miss. One more out to go in this game. It's all up to Romo. He will call for time. 14 pitches for Anthony Banda. And the Rockies will have Drew Romo, who's just 0 for 1 as a Rocky. The pitch, swing and a miss on a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. That was high. So when the Mariners come back, they will have Polanco lead things off. There's been a lot of great defensive plays in this game. It's had playoffs written all over it. No balls, 2 strikes to Romo. The ghost runner for the Mariners, by the way, is Josh Naylor. And Polanco comes up. First pitch, it's a foul ball. The 0-2 pitch in the Rockies game. Struck him out. Game over. And the Dodgers increase their lead in the NL West by 3 games now. All right, final game. 0-1 pitch. Line drive. Base hit down the right field line. We're going to be tied up again. That's an RBI double by Jorge Polanco, and the Mariners have life in the bottom of the 11th. Wow. It's time to go to the final diamond. Oh no. Jorge Polanco with a bullet down that right field line. He will have a pinch runner. O'Brien is still pitching. Leo Rivas is going to be the pinch runner over at second base. You had a ghost runner that scored, and now you got a pinch runner over at second base. Here's Eugenio Suarez, and the pitch is inside for a ball. I don't know. If I were them, I would consider walking him. Because up next is Dominic Canzone. And Suarez has pop in the bat. 1 ball, no strikes. And O'Brien will take a step off. They don't like each other, Larry. 1-0 pitch. That's outside for ball 2. So Suarez ahead in the count, 2-0. He's 0 for 4. The final game. O'Brien kicks and fires, swing and a miss. That pitch was not even close to being a strike. And Suarez went hacking after it. And the Giants also don't like the Dodgers either. The 2-1 pitch to Suarez. Swing and a miss. See, swinging at that pitch that was in the dirt just changed the whole entire at-bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's nobody out in the bottom of the 11th. Rivas is over at second base. The 2-2 pitch to Suarez, and that's outside for ball 3. And that'll make the count full. So every other game is done on this night in Major League Baseball except for this one. Canzone is up next. 3-2 pitch on the way. That is taken inside. It looked like a strike. And instead, Suarez will head on over to first base. That was a strike. Wow. Ollie Marmol not happy about it. And Suarez will be scapegoated. He's over at first base. Wow. He escapes. That's really what I wanted to try to say. Suarez was ready to walk back, and then he sort of leaned towards his left. We're going to have a timeout taken on the mound here. And Dominic Canzone is due up to bat. This game is not going to end. It won't end. Bottom of the 11th. Nobody out. And Luke Raley is due up. It does raise the stakes. All right. Nobody out. The pitch. That's inside for a ball. And a fake throw to second by Pages. I don't know what that was about. I can't believe that pitch was not a strikeout to Suarez. 1 ball, no strikes. They'll show bunt again. This ball's bunted over towards the mound to throw over to third base. It's not in time. Everybody's going to be safe. Wow. If the Phillies do get a bye, guys, we are doing a whole Diamond Zone coverage of the whole entire wild card series. Just wanted to put that out there. We'll be covering the other games too as the playoffs do go. But, of course, the Phillies are our number 1 priority, but we do have Diamond Zone for that. The ball was actually dropped by the third baseman too. Here comes Crawford, and Crawford takes the first pitch on the outside corner for a strike. J.P. Crawford, the former Philly, up at the plate. Infield obviously playing in. The ball is 1 strike. The pitch, swing and a miss. And that makes the count now 0-2. Nobody out, bases loaded. Crawford batting .279 with runners in scoring position this season. The ball is 2 strikes to J.P. Crawford. O'Brien kicks. O'Brien fires. There's a ground ball hit over to first base. The throw to home plate. That's in time. The throw back over to first. That's off the line. So that's going to go down as a 3-2 fielder's choice. Probably should have just held on to the ball. I don't know why he even threw it over to first. And Ollie Marmol is going to make a move. So we will have he's getting an explanation on something. What's going on? Umpire is giving him an explanation. Did Ollie think that he ran out of the base pads or something? Let's see again on this replay. He's running in the entire way. Oh. Oh, I see. He moved a little bit towards his left side. So he ran within the base path. That was Ollie's argument, was that did he really run within it? And he did. So 1 out, bases loaded now. Bottom of the 11th. And the next batter is Cole Young. The first pitch to Young, there's strike 1 at the knees. No balls, 1 strike. Tension's high in this game. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Young is down in the count, 0-2. Who else is still here watching this? Epic game here. No balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 pitch just got a piece of it. If Seattle wins, again, this is the implication for them. If Seattle wins, then they're going to inch their way closer to that AL West division and also hold on to that 3rd seed. 0-2 on the way. Foul ball. And if the Cardinals win, then they're going to be inching their way closer to the NL wild card 3rd seed. 0-2 pitch coming up to Young. There's a ground ball hit towards the mound. The throw over to home. There's 1. The throw over to first. There's 2. Oh, my goodness. We're going to the 12th. Oh, baby. The Mariners tied the game. They had bases loaded, nobody out, and we're going to the 12th inning. Unbelievable. Wow. That's insane. That is a 1-2-3 double play. Wow, this is insane. This is a good night. We've seen some awesome games. I mean, my gosh, like the Orioles game is by far the best. The Orioles being no hit for 8 2/3 against the Dodgers, and I'm sure that Andrew's not going to be happy when I say that because I know that he's a Dodgers fan. But I got to tell you, from a baseball fan perspective, that game was incredible. My goodness. You're getting no hit in 8 2/3, and your team comes back and wins 4-3 in the bottom of the 9th inning. That's unbelievable. But yes, we've seen some great games here on Diamond Zone. We've had some great comebacks. DE also was a witness of one before that in that same Diamond Zone episode. But yeah, we don't have to bring that up. But I guess, we don't have to bring it all up. It's funny. I like this because we have different fan bases on here. Like, it's really cool. Why'd you have to bring that up, JJ? Okay. So then I guess I got to bring up the DE one too. That the Giants were up 2-0 going into the bottom of the 9th against the Cardinals. That was the same day, and they lost 3-2. That was a heck of a finish. Emerson Hancock is going to go out there to pitch the top of the 12th inning. And Victor Scott II will lead it off. All right, see, I made it even, Andrew. I made it even. I did. The pitch. That's down for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. D's like, how dare you? I'm sick. You're probably pulling for Seattle to win this, right? I assume. 1-0 pitch. There's a bunt that's shown foul. DE, I did want to hear about the date. I don't think I got to hear fully about the date. You said that it was good. Both teams, by the way, are 4 for 27 combined with runners in scoring position. Just think about that. 4 for 27. 2 balls, 1 strike. Scott the second is up at the plate. In the 2-1 pitch, there's a swing and a miss. Emerson Hancock is pitching. Again, this is the final game left. Emerson is 26 years old. 2-2 pitch. That's way inside for ball 3. Three balls, 2 strikes. Lars Nootbaar waits in the on-deck circle. And the payoff pitch. That ball is lined foul and out of play. Yes, sir. Looking to go to another one with her before the season ends. Dude, that's so sick. Oh, wait. I remember that you said that you were on the camera. Yeah, you were on the dance camera. I'm so sorry. 3-2 pitch. There's a little blooper that's hit out over towards second base. J.P. Crawford has it. The runner from second stays put, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 1. And so 1 gone in the top of the 12th inning. I can't believe that Seattle could not score with the bases loaded and nobody out. This is a playoff game. Nootbaar is 1 for 5. He singled in the 9th. The pitch is outside and low for ball 1. That was 88 miles per hour on a slider. Edward Bazardo is getting warmed up in the pen. What a pitch. There's a pop-up hit out over towards short. And Crawford's there. He'll make the catch. And there's out number 2. Okay, so 2 away in the top of the 12th inning with 2 outs. You're good. I forgot that you said you were on the dance camera. Totally forgot about that. Who's up, Pages or Herrera? Herrera's up. The pitch. There's a ground ball hit over towards the right side. Pitcher has it, and they'll tag out Herrera himself. Nice play by Emerson, man. He just slid on over towards the first base line and was able to tag Herrera out. And there's out number 3. We're going to go to the bottom of the 12th inning. Each team is 2 runs on 8 hits. Wow. Funny, I saw Walker really closely. You saw Ryan Walker? Really close to that guy. Dude, that guy's like Carlos Marmol and Hector Neris. Hectic Hector. That is like such a wild nickname to have. Hectic Hector. Insane. I'm back and I got a bag of pretzels and a water. Dude, I'm hungry too, but I'm trying to be good. I really am. I gotta run tomorrow. I gotta be up. I gotta be up at 5. I miss Brian Wilson. Dude, Brian Wilson will go down as one of my favorite closers watching when I was growing up. I liked him. I liked Brian Fuentes. I was not a big K-Rod guy. I didn't like watching Jonathan Broxton. Ew. Every time that the Phillies would get to him, I would feel so happy. Again, Andrew, I gotta apologize, man. I'm sorry. I just gotta call it like it is. Now, I'll tell you one thing. Kenley Jansen, I had a lot of respect for. I did. I had a lot of respect for Kenley Jansen. JJ, a crab sandwich was $25 at Oracle Park. No fries or chips. Dude, it doesn't surprise me. Does not surprise me. All right, Arozarena will lead it off here in the bottom of the 12th. Pitch number 1. There's strike 1. That is insane. It doesn't surprise me, though. 0-1 pitch to Arozarena, and he fouls it off. Cal Raleigh will get another chance. Can he tie Mantle? Are the baseball writers going to have him bat? Rosarena thought about calling for time, and there's a line drive hit out over the first base, and that's caught. Rosarena signaled for time. He signaled it late, and somehow almost got a walk-off hit. What the heck? That's unbelievable. It was like time. Just laughed at it. Insane. So there is out number 1. Crab fries is a thing now at a lot of ballparks. Dude, I love the Chickies and Pete's crab fries. They will intentionally walk Cal Raleigh. So the Cardinals say no to the script. And Julio Rodriguez is coming up. So there was a line out over at first. J-Rod is up. He is singled and doubled. The pitch, swing and a miss. He is having some awful approaches tonight. Crab fries are so good. Ay, ay, ay. No balls, 1 strike. 0-1 pitch. That's outside for ball 1. Again, this game's in the bottom of the 12th. 1 ball, 1 strike here. And the pitch. There's a fly ball hit out over towards right field. It's looking foul, and then it will go out of play. The guy that's pitching for the Cardinals, it's Fernandez. Ryan Fernandez. One-two pitch. Ground ball hit over towards the left side. It's going to roll foul. Just barely a foul ball. Catcher Pajes was like holding his breath. He ran towards that ball. And he was like, come on, come on, come on. And he almost thought about biting. And as soon as it rolled foul, he was like, yes. And he just got it. Baseball's a weird game, man. 1-2 is the count to Julio Rodriguez. Rodriguez will call for time. Steps out of the box. The 1-2 pitch struck him out. Another swing and a miss as Rodriguez goes fishing again. Wow. Insane. What a ball game. There's now 2 outs in the bottom of the 12th inning. And Josh Naylor is due up. It's just this game left. 2 away, the pitch to Naylor. That's outside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Josh Naylor, and the pitch is low for a ball. 11 strikeouts for the Cardinals, 14 for the Mariners. 25 batters have struck out today in this game. 2 balls, no strikes to Josh Naylor in the 2-0 pitch, and that's down in the dirt for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes. Fernandez kicks and fires, and the pitch is in there at the knees for strike 1. There's only 16 hits and 4 runs in this game. And we're somehow in the bottom of the 12th. 3 balls, 1 strike. The next pitch on the way. There's a fly ball hit out over towards center field. It'll stay in the ballpark. And the catch is made. And guess what, folks? We are going to the 13th inning out at T-Mobile Park. Can you believe it? Wow. What a night. Grab your coffees. "13 innings of baseball with the Ghost Runners." That's insane. Oh, yeah. This game is scripted. So just to let you know, as far as this game goes, right? The Cardinals right now are half a game behind the Diamondbacks. So if they win, right? 3.5 games they will be behind the New York Mets. That means that they would also be 1.5 behind the Reds and the Giants for that, who are also in the hunt for that final wild card spot. That is a dogfight. The Mariners, on the other hand, if they win, they'll be 1.5 games above the Texas Rangers for that final wild card spot. They'll be 2.5 games behind the Yankees and the Red Sox for the first and second wild card spots. And more importantly, they'll be just 1 game in back of Houston for the AL West. So that is what is at stake here in just this game alone for both of these teams. It's crazy. All right, we're going to the top of the 13th inning. This is awesome. Dude, there have been so many mistakes. Like, Herrera went way too early in that top of the 10th inning, got doubled up. The Mariners shot themselves in the foot. They got an RBI double in the bottom of the 11th. And then, bases loaded, nobody out. They couldn't get a run home. It's just insane. Top of the 13th here. A runner on at second. Nobody out. And now Burleson comes up. And the pitch is inside for ball 1. They tried to appeal. He did not go. I'm really hoping that when we do Diamond Zone on the 18th that we get a game like this that just finishes late. 1-0 pitch. That's a foul ball. Scott's still hanging. You guys are troopers. What time is it by Scott? 3:20? It's like 3:20 p.m. over there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hancock kicks and fires, and Burleson fouls it off yet again. All right, we need a rain delay, guys. I want to stay up. Jordan Walker is going to be the pinch runner. He hasn't played all game. 1-2 pitch. There's a line drive foul ball towards the left side. JJ, you're a beast. BW, what's going on, man? We're still going, baby. We're still going. 10 hours. We're 10 hours today, man. And tomorrow's another long day. I gotta work out in the morning. I still got a record to beat. 1-2 pitch. There's a line drive hit out to left field. That's caught for out number 1 in the top of the 13th inning. 3:20 p.m. You got it, JJ. By the way, guys, please go subscribe to BW and go check out my friend. He's an awesome, awesome person. For lifers. When we do this when we do this on the 18th, we are gonna have such a blast doing this. I'm telling you guys, like, we have some really cool things. I have some different challenges that I'm going to do. So, like, not to, like, spoil, like, what specifically is going to happen, you know, like what the specific consequences are. But, like, when we hit 5 home runs, when we get the home run tracker to 5, like, there will be something that happens there that I have to do or that somebody's going to do to me. You know, and then I have different tasks for every mile marker that's hit. It's going to be insane. 1 out, top of the 13th. You heard that correctly. Wilson Contreras is up. He grounds it back over towards the mound. Checks the runner over at second. The throw over to first is in plenty of time. The runner from second, thank goodness for his sake, was not hanging way off the bag there. There's Brian Wu in the dugout. It's like, dude, can we get this game over with? Something's done to me. Yes. Something crazy. What's the Guinness record, the length of the live stream? JJ could do it. There is actually somebody, and it's not a joke. It's not a joke. There is actually somebody that has been streaming throughout the last 2 years. I believe it's been 2 years where they just have not left stream. No balls, 1 strike in the pitch. There's a high fly ball hit out to center field. It'll stay in the ballpark. Rodriguez is there. The catch is made, and we're going to go to the bottom of the 13th inning out in Seattle. All right, okay. Keep going. Take your time, man. I got all night. Mohawk, says Andrew. Mohawk. Dude, if you weren't here for it, you missed the story. I said that when I was younger. I really wanted a Mohawk. And I'm happy I didn't get the Mohawk. That dude with his camera on in his bedroom. Someone sent me to his channel before. This is BW. Yeah, there's been this... she's a female streamer, and she has been live for the last, like, year and a half. I don't know how she does it because she has a setup, you know, and she has other people that help her out with her production. It is ridiculous. It is insane, like, when you think about it, but she's not always on camera, but the camera is still rolling. Of course, you know, she has to take care of her own business and do those types of things. So, of course, the camera still runs, but when she has to take care of business, you know, she does. But yes, I forget what her name is, but I'm really into, like, the streaming world and learning about all the people that are out there that are a part of Gen Z and Gen Alpha. And just with the way that things are going with technology, I'm interested in learning about those things. But yes, she doesn't know. She does. No, Scott. Ay, ay, ay. You're funny. Naylor will be the ghost runner at second base. At this point, does it even matter? Just take the ghost runner away. Rivas is up at the plate, and the first pitch, there's a fly ball hit out to right field. If it's fair, it's gone. It's gone! Ball game over! Seattle turns out the lights as Rivas gets a walk-off 2-run shot. That's how you end the night. Next game? Yeah. All right, before I do sign off, I did say that we would take a look at the standings. Okay, so we are going to do that right now. Okay, we are going to do that. Battery died, says Scott. He says, great timing. Well, we're going to go until that battery's officially dead. Just kidding. I do want to say this really quickly. So we will put a window capture on. This is how this is how the standings look right now in each league, okay? We're going to do this, and then we will sign off, I promise. All right. So these are the standings. We're going to make this bigger for you guys to see. All right. So here is the AL East, okay? We got the Blue Jays, who are up 3 games against the Yankees and the Red Sox. They are winning the AL East right now, okay? They have the second best record in the American League. So with the way that it works, Detroit is winning the AL Central. They are up 9.5 games, right, against the Cleveland Guardians. I'm stumbling on my words. And they're up 10 games against the Kansas City Royals. All right. In the AL West, you got the Astros. Okay, the Astros are up 1.5 games against Seattle and 2.5 up on the Texas Rangers. So that's how the division looks there. And then in the wild card standings, okay, this is how it looks here. So in the wild card standings, the first 3 teams are the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Mariners. Mariners are 2.5 games behind both the Yankees and the Red Sox. And now they are 2 games behind the Red Sox and the Yankees. I forgot. And also, by the way, sorry about this. Have to update this. They are now 1 game in back of Houston. That is correct. Are they actually still 1.5? Are they? Yeah, they're 2. They are. That's right. They're 2.5 games behind Boston and New York. That is correct. They're also 1.5 games above the Texas Rangers for that final wild card spot. They're 3.5 games above the Guardians, 4 games above the Kansas City Royals, and they are also 5.5 games up on the Tampa Bay Rays. So, Baltimore is technically still in this, BW. It's going to take a little bit of effort. They're 9.5 games behind the Seattle Mariners, but they're going to need help. They really are. They are going to need help for sure. So, again, with how the standings look right now, as far as we go to the league-wise, this is how it is. Okay, so number 1 right now is the Tigers. Number 2 is the Blue Jays. Number 3, technically speaking, is the Astros, because it's the 3 division winners, and the division winner that has the least amount of wins is Houston. So they would be the number 3 team right now. They'd be in the wild card round. The Yankees would be the number 4. The Red Sox would be the number 5. And the Mariners would be number 6. So if the playoffs started today, Seattle would actually play Houston in the first round of the wild card. And the Yankees would play Boston. Now that is something. That would be really, really cool. And the Yankees, whoever wins that Yankees-Boston series would have to face the Tigers. And then, of course, the winner of Houston, Texas, the Houston versus the Mariners series would have to play the Toronto Blue Jays. So that is how it looks right now, as we currently speak. As far as the National League goes, winning the NL East is, of course, the Philadelphia Phillies. They are now 10 games up on the New York Mets in the National League East. So they pretty much have that thing packed. Don't want to jinx it, but the magic number is down to 7 for the Phillies to win the National League East. In the NL Central, okay, the Brewers are up 5.5 games against the Chicago Cubs. That is not over yet either because the Brewers have lost 3 in a row. So there's still life for the Cubs to win the NL Central. As far as the NL West goes, the Dodgers have now won 4 straight. The Padres have lost 2. So the Padres now are 3 games behind the LA Dodgers for that NL West. And then we go to the wild card standings in the National League, and this is what it looks like here. You got the Cubs as the number 1 wild card team. They're 4 games above San Diego, who have the number 2 spot. And then the Padres are 3 games above the New York Mets, who currently have the number 3 spot. And on the outside looking in, this is a dog race too. Giants and Reds are tied 2 games in back of the Mets. And then the Diamondbacks are 3.5 games behind the New York Mets. And then the St. Louis Cardinals are 4.5. That loss for them tonight was big. They needed to win in order for them to be tied with Arizona. So again, if we take a look at the standings and we look at the league records, right? Milwaukee is the number 1 seed. The Phillies are only 2.5 games behind them for home field advantage. And the Brewers do have the tiebreaker, but still, they're the number 2 seed. Number 3 technically right now is the Dodgers. The Dodgers have the third division winner. And the Dodgers would actually play, well, before we get to that, it's Dodgers, and then you got Cubs as 4, Padres as 5, and Mets as 6th. Right now, the Dodgers would play the New York Mets in the NL Wild Card Series. The Padres would also play the Chicago Cubs. The winner of the Dodgers-Mets series would have to play the Brewers. And then winner of Cubs-Padres would then face the Philadelphia Phillies. And that's how the picture looks for the playoffs. All right? That's going to wrap it up for me. I'm going to take this off. All right? What a great night in baseball. A lot of great games. We had some blowouts. We had some really close ones. And just a strong finish of baseball. Well, that's over, everybody. I will read some more messages really quickly. I just want the Phillies to sweep tomorrow. I do too. Cut that magic number down to 5 for winning the NL East. It's beautiful. All right. Doug is here. All right. We are going to go to bed. We got to be up in less than 3 hours. And I will see you all then. I will see you all tomorrow. Today. Okay, I need to go to bed. Good night, everybody. Catch you all in the next one.